Hello Leo and Leo Rising. Welcome to your May 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Let's jump right in with the runes and see what they want to tell you for May 2015. Okay. And as always, I do recommend you also watch the video for your rising sign as well if you know it. That can give you some more information about other things that you may be dealing with in May. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It is $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment and we will get you scheduled. Please do be patient. It can take me a few days to get back to you sometimes if there are a lot of people ahead of you. Also wanted to mention I will be doing another online rune class. This is going to be June 1st through July 10th. If you would like to sign up for that, drop me a line at the same email address in the video or below the video. If you're on a mobile device or cell phone, just tap the arrow beneath this video and that will open up the details section and you can click on my email there and drop me a line. The rune class is $185 and you do need to be able to devote about 4 hours per week to that if you want to take it because there are lectures to watch and homework assignments, but there are no live sessions. The deadline to sign up for that and pay is May 28th, so be sure that you get in touch with me and get paid up by noon on May 28th. But let's jump in and see what we've got for Leo for May 2015. Your focus seems to be on revealing the truth of a situation because we have the Tower in the reverse. So in the reverse, this means that someone is, someone's lying, basically. The truth is not being revealed. There could be some trickery going on. Now, Leo, some of you may be the ones doing the facade wearing here. So, I mean, your focus may be that you're trying to maintain a facade, and sometimes this can be a work facade because, we're not at work. We sometimes show a different side of ourselves. We're all multifaceted. That's part of being human. So maybe at work, maybe it's getting a bit more difficult, especially if you work with the public or if you work, in a situation where you have to be on all the time. You could just find it difficult in May to maintain that facade. Now, those of you who have been deceiving someone because, there are good Leos and there are bad Leos, just like there are good of any sign and bad of any sign. You may be deceiving someone and you may have trouble maintaining that or keeping something hidden in May. It may be more difficult for you to do that. The truth may come out whether you want it to or not. But for a lot of you, I feel like this has to do with either maintaining a facet of your personality, either professionally, maybe someone, this could be someone else. It could be a male in your life who presented himself as one thing and then he turns out to not be another because we have Tear coming up. This is always associated with masculine energy. Could be a masculine female, just to put that out there. But because these are energies, not so much, the physical male-female type thing. So yeah, a more masculine woman or a male in your life may have presented themselves in one way and you're finding out in May that, you're a little suspicious of that. Is that really who they are? Is that really who this person is? Were their intentions really what they said they were? But for those of you who need it, I do feel like you will be either giving advice or receiving advice from someone in order to balance a relationship. Temperance talks about bringing together opposites, merging opposites, combining air with water, combining fire with earth. I mean, those elements that don't normally mix together. There can be in May a coming together of opposites, a merging of opposites, or you know, having to give up something to keep the peace sort of thing. Temperance can also talk about mediation, and you do have Yera, which is the rune of legalities and the justice system coming up. So some of you may be indeed consulting a lawyer, talking to a lawyer about mediating a lawsuit or moving forward, your options as far as moving forward, or getting someone to settle, giving up something to get something. Again, going back to what temperance means. Some of you may be reaching the end of a academic achievement. So you may be graduating in May. That would be the simplest answer. Or somebody around you may be graduating in May, and that may be bringing you together with people that you don't get along with completely. But it's really going to be. Yera also talks about harvest. So it talks about seeds that we've sown being, you know, the reaping of that. So if the seeds that you have sown have been of discord with others, then you may be reaping that, and vice versa. If people that you're having to be around have been, you know, if it's been seeds of discord, you know, I do feel like for the most part, balance will be achieved though, no matter what the situation. It just may be awkward. Awkward is the word I'm getting for May, if you have to be around people that you don't particularly jive with. Help that's going to be available to you. Some of you may be purchasing a new car. Because I have the Chariot coming up in reverse, and Rido, which has to do with travel also, and Canas for new beginnings. So very much so. You may be getting, you know, the old car may go kaput, but that enables you to get the new one. So those of you who are, be careful traveling, because this could also be the result of an accident. You get in an accident, and then, you know, you get a replacement car, or you're able to kind of, you know, it may be totaled out if you get in an accident. So please drive safely. We do have Mercury retrograde at the end of May. That goes along with travel delays and issues with the car. And I don't know, I think a new car may have come up for you last month, Leo. I'm trying to remember. It came up for somebody. Maybe it was Aries. I don't remember. But somebody was getting a new car, and I feel like it was you. So those of you who didn't get a new car last month, you may very well be doing it in May. So if your old car craps out on you, don't be too upset about it, because it's going to enable you to get a really cool new one. But yeah, this may be one that you've always wanted and you didn't ever think that you could get. But you'll be able to do that in May. Some of you, this may just be a trip or travel that you've been wanting to do, wanting to take. You may be getting away, taking a vacation in May with Rido. That is the card of travel, or moving. But yeah, definitely coming up next to that Chariot. I definitely feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with the vehicle itself. But it could be also, yeah, a shift or a change of location. New job, new place to live. That's going to be a help to you. So I feel like for most of you, it's just a change of scenery. You need to get away. And maybe you didn't think you were going to be able to get away, but then you can, even if it's just for a few days. You know, you can kind of get away and focus on you for a while. Or maybe you're going with your partner and get a chance to reconnect. Or solve, if this is the same person that you feel like is, have they been hiding something from me? Or is this really who this person is? You may be like, hey, let's get away, so you can really kind of hone in on them and figure it out. Figure out if you're on the same page or not. What can't be changed? There seems to be some disruptions around your home or property in May, Leo. And this could just be things going on if you're renovating or fixing up the home, because I know that came up for you in April. So some of you may be continuing that into May, or those of you who didn't start it in April, because again, these are general readings. The energies can kind of overlap, you know, for a few months. Those of you who didn't start on that in April may be starting on it in May, and you may be trying. This kind of talks about like you're trying to do one thing, but then you find out like there's something wrong with something else that you have to fix before you can do kind of a cosmetic thing. Something you think that initially will be easy that turns out to be a great big old hassle. because it's more complicated than you thought. Some of you may be looking to buy property and you find out that there's something going on with it that wasn't, you didn't see, first of all. With the Hanged Man in reverse, yeah, this could be something that, you know, maybe you didn't notice it the first time through or the first time you saw the police. And with Hagalaz, it's talking about a disruption around property or a home that you may be looking to purchase, Leo. So those of you who, again, goes along with Mercury retrograde. So if you want to purchase a home, try to get that wrapped up within the first 2 weeks of May, if you can, before Mercury turns direct, because after that's not a good time to sign contracts of any sort, really. Definitely make sure you have a good inspection, that you know what you're dealing with financially. Some of you may be trying to sell property and you get an offer, but they want you to fix something, or they want you to change something about the property before they'll buy it or work it in, and you may be like, oh, we're not doing that. It may come at last minute, you know, or unexpected. You know, you think you've got a deal and then say, well, hold up, they decided that they wanted you to do this first, or they're not going to buy the property or something like that. So yeah, property issues may crop up in May, Leo. There may be some disruptions around home and particularly renovations to a property or buying or selling property. But let's see what else we got coming up here. There may be some dealings going on with a female energy that you don't get along with. And this may be somebody connected to the Page of Rods. Page of Rods is normally a fire sign like you. So another Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This is normally a child or somebody, you know, so this could be your son or somebody who is, you know, a younger brother. But this is normally a child or an adult acting like a child. Because, I mean, that's, you know, it's just the way the energy goes here. But, yeah, you may get, this may be the child of your sister or somebody you don't get along with. Because I got a female coming up who is, you just really don't get along with this person. You may find her manipulative. You may feel like she's trying to manipulate or use her child to manipulate you in some way. Now, Leo, for some of you, this could be you, or, you know, you may be trying to manipulate a child or someone younger than you by pulling away or yeah, freezing them out in some way, so they won't do something you don't want to do. Try to shy away from manipulations like that, Leo. That stuff can karmically come back to bite you in the rear. If it's you, again, it may be someone else doing this to you, and the same thing applies. But yeah, manipulation, never a good thing karmically. That'll bite you in the butt every time. So try not to try to control others. And if someone's trying to control you, what they're saying is just, you know, remove yourself from the situation. And this could be around somewhere you're expected to go, travel. This could be these people trying to buy this property from you, and then they throw this unexpectedly at you, trying to manipulate you, got you to cave to their demands, and that's not cool. I think you should fire right back to them. This may not be a person in all cases. The Page of Rods can also just talk about, okay, no, we don't like this idea, but here's a new one. We won't fix that, but we'll fix this. Or we won't fix that, but we'll knock off a little bit in the price. As long as you're willing to compromise and go back to them, they may still not go for it. I feel like, you know, whoever you're dealing with here is very, she's adamant. She's just as stubborn as you are, whoever this is, about getting her way. So, yeah, you may just be best to wait for a better offer to come along, or to, again, yeah, remove yourself from the situation, or not be around this person, or not deal with this person at all. So, yeah, if you were, again, that Temperance, trying to marry opposites or get opposites to compromise, seems to be the theme for May. And, you know, you are a fixed sign, Leo, so you are less likely to compromise than most. But in May, you may meet your match. in someone else who is just as stubborn as you. And it's like, well, I guess we're just done with whatever this is then. I guess this is just not going to be feasible. You know, so yeah, you could be dealing with someone who's causing you some problems in May, but I feel like it's not gonna, mostly you're gonna be focused on home and property. Some of you may be focused on buying a new car or planning travel, taking a trip. So, I mean, there are just gonna be some little frustrations around in the people that you have to deal with, Leo, but that's hardly new. Especially if you work in a situation where you have to pretend like you're so happy to be there and deal with people, you know, in person or in a one-on-one sort of way. And this could be just an especially demanding client or customer or somebody that you have to work with, even though you don't want to. It could be a coworker who, you know, initially was like, oh yes, I'll do this and this and this on this project, and then drops the ball. Totally doesn't show up for a presentation, doesn't show up for a creative meeting. There's something about someone either being late or just looking unprofessional, if that's the way that this shows up. So now that you know that, Leo, maybe you can be a little bit more prepared for it. People may be a bit more difficult to deal with. You know, you may be kind of at your wit's end with, you know, with dealing with some people in May. But yeah, a lot of that probably just has to do with the Mercury retrograde. You will probably find in June, after that goes direct, that things get back to normal and you get back to dealing with things, you know, it'll just be more manageable. Because Mercury does tend to stir up miscommunications, misunderstandings, miss, all of those MIS words that we don't want to deal with. So that is what I see, Leo, for May. Good luck with that, and I'll see you back here in June.